Have you ever felt like you just needed to escape? To find a place so magical, so completely different from your everyday life, that it almost feels like stepping into a fairy tale. For me, that place wasn't in a storybook. It was a real village, nestled in the mountains of Japan, where hundreds of foxes roam free. And let me tell you, it changed everything. A few years ago, I was feeling lost. I was working a job that paid the bills but drained my soul. Every day felt the same grey, repetitive cycle. I was scrolling aimlessly through the internet one night, probably avoiding some deadline, when I saw a picture. A woman, smiling, surrounded by a sea of fluffy, curious foxes. It looked unreal. A caption mentioned Zao Fox Village in Japan. In that moment, something clicked. It was more than just a cool photo. It felt like a sign, a pull towards something wild and beautiful. I booked a flight that week. It was impulsive, maybe a little reckless, but my gut was screaming at me that I needed to go. Getting there was an adventure in itself. A bullet train ride through scenic countryside, then a local bus that wound its way up the mountains of Miyagi. With every mile, the city noise faded, replaced by the rustling of leaves and the crisp mountain air. I was nervous. What if it wasn't what I expected? What if the picture was just a perfect, lucky shot? Then I stepped through the gates and all my doubts vanished. It was real. Foxes everywhere. Red foxes, silver foxes, platinum foxes, all with their bushy tails and intelligent eyes. They weren't in cages. This was their world, and I was just a visitor. I saw them chasing each other playfully, curling up for naps in the sun, and trotting along the paths as if they owned the place, which, really, they did. There's a main open area where you can walk among them. It's an incredible feeling. They are wild animals, so you have to be respectful. No sudden movements, no trying to pet them unless you're in a designated area. But if you're calm and quiet, they'll come surprisingly close. I found a spot on a bench just to sit and observe. A little red fox with a white-tipped tail trotted over, sat a few feet away, and just watched me with this intense curiosity. It was a simple moment, but profound. In its eyes, I didn't see a wild beast. I saw a fellow living being sharing a moment of quiet connection. There was no judgment, no expectation, just presence. I spent hours just walking, watching, and being. I saw tiny kits wrestling with each other like puppies, their playful yips echoing through the trees. I saw a majestic silver fox perched on a shrine-like structure, looking down like a wise old guardian of the forest. The staff there clearly love these animals. They explained how many of the foxes were rescued and how the village provides a safe sanctuary for them. It's a delicate balance, allowing people to experience this magic while ensuring the fox's well-being is the top priority. One of the most memorable parts was the designated feeding platform. You can buy special fox food and toss it to them from a raised deck. The moment you step onto that platform, every fox in the vicinity turns its attention to you. They gather below, their faces turned up in anticipation. It's a flurry of fur and excitement. Tossing the food and watching them expertly catch it mid-air was pure joy. It was a reminder of their wild instincts, their cleverness, and their sheer vitality. But the real magic wasn't in the feeding or the perfect photo ops. It was in the quiet moments, standing under the tall trees, listening to the unique calls of the foxes, feeling the cool mountain breeze. I realized I hadn't thought about work or stress or my to-do list for hours. My mind was completely clear, filled only with the present moment. I was surrounded by a raw, untamed beauty that reminded me of what it truly means to be alive. These foxes, living their lives with such freedom and authenticity, taught me something crucial. They weren't performing for anyone. They were just being. Playing when they felt playful, sleeping when they were tired, being curious when something new appeared. They were unapologetically themselves. And watching them, I realized how much I had been suppressing my own authentic self to fit into a box that society and I had created. I was so focused on being who I thought I should be that I'd forgotten who I actually was. That trip to Zao Fox Village was more than just a vacation. It was a reset button for my soul. It reminded me that the world is full of wonder if we just allow ourselves to see it. It taught me that sometimes the most important thing you can do is break your routine, follow that spark of curiosity, and go somewhere that makes you feel small in the best possible way. It puts your own problems into perspective. When I came back, something inside me had shifted. The grayness was gone. I had a newfound clarity and courage. I quit my soulless job a few months later to pursue work that actually lit me up. It was scary, but that image of the little fox watching me, so calm and present, gave me strength. So I want to ask you, what's your fox village? It doesn't have to be a literal place in Japan. It's that thing that sparks your curiosity, that pulls at your heart. It's that impulse you've been ignoring. Maybe it's learning a new instrument, taking that art class, or finally visiting that national park you've been dreaming of. Don't wait for the perfect time. The perfect time is a myth. Your life is happening right now. That feeling of being lost or stuck, it's a signal. It's your inner self telling you it's time for a change, time for an adventure, time to go find the thing that makes you feel alive again. Don't just scroll past the picture. Book the ticket, take the first step. Go find your magic, because I promise you, it's out there waiting. Thank you so much for sharing this journey with me today. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures. I'd love to hear in the comments about your own fox village or the one you dream of finding. Let's inspire each other. Until next time, stay curious.